Hello everyone and welcome to Journey with Josiah. Today I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina to take you with me up north to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania in economy class on American Airlines' Airbus A320. I'll be showing and reviewing the entire experience for you and give you some thoughts for your own journey at the end. Let's fly. AA is not only the largest airline in the world, but also the largest airline in Charlotte. It's a massive hub and major transit location for many domestic travelers like myself. I found it to be a pretty average airport, nothing special. Our A320 is 24 years old and was originally delivered to US Airways at the beginning of this century in the year 2000, which can be said of most Americans' A320 fleet since the airline merged with US Airways in 2013. AA is the world's largest operator of the A320 family, with over 450 of them in service, so the experience I'm sharing with you today is one that thousands have every day in the US. American boards and organized groups like every other major airline in the US. As a rank-and-file economy class passenger with no special status with the airline, I board with Group 9, the last group. My ticket gave me a free carry-on and personal item to bring with me on board today. I could also pay $40 to check a bag, which is a $10 increase from the last time I flew American. It also makes them the most expensive major US airline on baggage fees, as United and Delta charge $35 respectively. I found that American is not very strict at all on carry-on baggage, but do make sure that your checked baggage is not overweight. On board there are 150 seats, including 12 first-class recliners in a 2-2 configuration and 138 main cabin seats in a 3-3 configuration. Back in the main or economy class cabin, the overhead bin space wouldn't be great on a full flight given the age of the aircraft. However, I think your chances of being forced to gate check a carry-on is low. And here we are at my window seat, 19F. The squeakiness of these seats tells me right away that they are pretty old. This has positives and negatives. They are very thickly padded, but unfortunately lack a headrest. I was surprised to find that there is in-seat power outlets though. Unfortunately, the recline is broken, as is the retro audio entertainment system in the armrest. Unlike Delta and United, American has no and does not plan to add seat back screens to their A320s. However, there is the standard tray table and a large seat back pocket. Legroom is 32 inches, which is actually really good. Inside the seat back pocket, you'll find the standard items, a safety card, in-flight entertainment guide, and an air sickness bag. And finally, the overhead panel is also pretty standard with a light and an air vent. The flight up to Pennsylvania's capital takes us just over 400 miles over an hour and 30-minute flight duration. Once up in the sky, the in-flight entertainment is available on your personal device by connecting to the airplane's Wi-Fi server. There's a good variety of movies, TV shows, and audio entertainment. However, you will have to pay $12 to surf the web and even for messaging, which Delta and United offer for free. On a short hop like this, the only food available is a complimentary beverage and snack. The buy on board menu is pretty small and only available for flights over 3 hours. The courteous crew began service quickly and efficiently.
Try cranberry apple juice.
Yes.
Thank you.
The snack today was Biscoff cookies, which I had with a cranberry apple juice. The rest of the flight was comfortable and uneventful before the crew came around to pick up trash before landing. Time to briefly go over my thoughts on American Airlines' Airbus A320 economy class on a flight from Charlotte to Harrisburg. Let's start with the positives. First, American's status as the world's largest airline means that it has a truly massive domestic network, allowing you to get from anywhere to anywhere within the United States. If you're in America, your nearest airport is almost guaranteed to be serviced by American Airlines. I've also found that all their aircraft are consistently kept clean and sanitized. And finally, they have great cabin crew who do their job professionally and courteously. However, the airline also has some negatives. Firstly, this aircraft was pretty outdated and in need of refurbishment. At the time of this video, this exact plane is currently undergoing just that. But for economy class passengers, this is no good news, as the so-called upgrades include lowering legroom for economy class seats. I'm also not a fan of American's decision to not install CPAT screens on their domestic fleet. This may not bother some, as they indeed offer entertainment streamed to your personal device. However, for me, I always like the ability to have a big screen in front of me instead of using my phone. You'll find these screens on retrofitted planes of their competitors. And finally, the extra amenities that many passengers buy are expensive on American. Wi-Fi fees are high, and checked bags are now more expensive than ever. So here's the question. Is there anything that should make you choose American over other airlines? The answer to that is not really. I would argue that they are slightly below the other two mainline airlines of Delta and United, as evident in their choices for plane refurbishments and entertainment options. However, if American is your cheapest option, I would advise you to choose them, because the difference in experience between them and other airlines, other than the small problems that I pointed out, is pretty much the same. They're just as reliable and will get you from point A to point B safely. For your further research, I left a pinned comment with links to helpful web pages giving you further detail into baggage, meals, and entertainment that you're definitely welcome to check out. Welcome to the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Thank you very much for checking out this review. I hope I've covered everything you need to know and assisted you in your own travel decisions. If you have any questions or feedback, please feel free to drop me a comment below. I'd also greatly appreciate if you subscribe to my channel to support me as I work to produce more honest and concise airline reviews. You're also welcome to check me out on Instagram for more travels at Journeying with Josiah. That's all from me today. Take care, God bless, and keep flying.
We would like to be the first to welcome you to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Current local time is 11:28. As a reminder, please stay seated with your seatbelt fastened until the seatbelt sign has been turned off and the captain has parked us safely at the gate. Keep the aisle clear of all carry-on items, and don't forget to check your seat back pocket and surrounding area to ensure that you have all of your belongings, like cell phones, tablets, chargers.